everyone! I'm Mecheon and we're here with Ecco Jr. Ecco Jr. is sort of the black sheep of the Ecco games on the Mega Drive. And we're going to use the secret parents options in order to get through to hard mode. The only difference between the modes is, in hard mode, you get all of the levels. That's the only difference. Just things are cut down for every mode, so we're going to be getting the full Ecco Jr. experience. And the time will start once we fade out from the character screen. I believe the character we've chosen to go with is Tara.
That's correct.
Thank you for going with Tara, everyone. Tara is sort of my stream's favourite, as for the longest time, Tara the Orca here was considered the slowest character in the game. And then one of my moderators from stream asked me to go ahead with her, and turns out she isn't actually the slowest character in the game. She's actually the same speed as everyone else, but consequently, she was the stream favorite. So, we'll begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, most of the levels of Ecco Jr. basically consist around getting around a level as soon as possible and echolocating various things. In this case, a stingray and a pufferfish. Throughout the game, we're basically going through levels, and it plays pretty much like your standard Ecco game. The only thing missing is the charge, and obviously no health or breath to worry about. However, despite the fact it plays simpler, the fact you don't have your charge means that movement is a lot more tricksy. And, well, if you've ever played an Ecco game, you know that Ecco... I believe the best way I've ever heard it described is behaving kind of like an F1 car with no brakes. So, because you don't have the ability to immediately get your speed up from a charge, Ecco Jr. is surprisingly difficult on the movement side compared to some of the other Ecco games, despite, you know, just being sort of the kiddie game. And between each stage, just get a few moments of just watching the glyphs we've gone through. This level, the Bay of Songs, is unfortunately glitched. This seahorse, for some reason, cannot be sonar'd on that side of the plan. You have to wait for him to get to the left side. I'm going to try to do a few glitches as we go through. In this case, did not get it in that case. Every time we sonar something, the camera will freeze for a few moments. We want to, at all possible, try to get what we call camera skips, where we manage to bypass that freeze. Ideally, we can get 2 on that level, but didn't get any in this case. Still Rocks is one of the sort of famous levels for this game, insofar as it can have a famous level. I don't think too many people know about Ecco Jr. levels, but what we want to do is we want to get this ball, which is just down here at the bottom of the ocean. We want to line it up just right, and fling it directly at the seal. And that's all you have to do in quite a few levels. Ooh, treasure caves. This is another level that technically there's supposed to be things going on, but just by going not even speedrunning fast, just casually fast, you will avoid most of it. Yep, there was supposed to be dolphins attacking us to try to steal treasure, but even just casually playing the game, I've never had them do that. One of the other large levels that sort of appear in the game are the musical ring levels. We need to collect 5 rings from around these large sort of maps. Every level in Ecco Jr. actually does take place in a larger hub world, so eagle-eye viewers may be able to recognize certain parts from other levels that we've already been to. This is probably the one level where you will notice that, as the seal from just earlier is just there. So we just need to grab all 5 rings, which will then play us the Songs of the Sea. So I hope you're very prepared for what could possibly be at the title, The Songs of the Sea. Very careful. Unfortunately, Ecco does not have any brakes, neither does Tara, so a lot of times we will just be ramming into everything. And that was the majestic song of the sea. It's not very majestic. This level we have to grab 8 very specific fish. Now, just pay attention to this little yellow-brown fish here. As, despite that one being one of the fish we had to gather, we're gonna see he has a few brothers in the level, but they're not gonna be so eager as to be gathered. This is the Steam release. It's not on DOS, but, there's a Steam release of the game. And those 2 fish there, despite being identical to one we've already gathered, will have none of Tara's business and will get away. The 8th fish gathered. Sonar and head on out. The Ocean of Mimicry is the closest thing this game has to an auto-scroller. If you know the Ecco series, you know it loves its auto-scrollers, but in this case we have to follow a wise dolphin. Unfortunately, budget happened and, well, we just follow Ecco instead. However, this is the pretty much chillest time during the run, so if there's anything to say, anything to announce, now is a perfect time.
So I'd just like to say, you know, give a little speech about who we are and what we're doing. So we're Oz Speedruns, and we're a group who do speedrun events just like this to raise money for different charities. And for this event, we're raising money for the Royal Flying Doctor Service, and they provide emergency and primary healthcare for people who live in rural and remote areas all the way across Australia. And so if you'd like to donate, just make sure to go to donate.ozspeedruns.com, and every amount is very much appreciated.
Thank you, indeed. Every amount, highly appreciated, everyone. Laguna of Songs has just one of my favourite silly things in this game. As anyone who's ever been to the stream can tell you, I love my random animal facts, and, well, that's an orthocone. Orthocones are an extinct species of shelled cephalopod that died out before the dinosaurs came around, so really shouldn't be any hanging around with dolphins, but, you know, it's Ecco the Dolphin, it's time travel. It's fine. It's fine. Because we immediately need to get this Hermit Crab here, who, not actually a hermit crab, but he certainly is a crab who is a hermit, and we need to get him to a house. Now, we might be able to get it... Sadly, we did not get the camera skip that you can get there, but we've managed to get through to the end all the same. And Ocean Tag is the last of sort of the widespread levels where we have to tag one of the other 2 dolphins. Trust me, there totally was a tag going on there, and that laughter soundtrack plays every time that you get tagged or tagged back. Fish Caves. Fish Caves is the level that will make or break your speedrun. Sadly, it is pure RNG. There are 8 fish, and we have to sonar them towards either of the seahorses on either side. I prefer to get as many into the right side, if only because I find it a bit easier to maneuver. Unfortunately, though, there's no real rhyme or reason to this level. It's just RNG. It will ruin your speedruns. I have lost world records to this. Turtle Islands, I need to immediately apologize to anyone who's ever played World of Warcraft, as it is our job to take a turtle and get it to the water. Unfortunately, a lot of people in my stream are World of Warcraft veterans, so we immediately spam that at all points possible. Thankfully though, we managed to get through that nice and fine. Octopus Passage. As a child, the music of this level freaked me out. I don't know why, but it did. We're going to try to do another camera skip on this particular swordfish. Whoop. Did not get it, sadly, but that particular swordfish has issues and occasionally forgets his hitbox exists. So the fact he actually registered we sonar'd him is a good thing. The reason we were gathering swordfish in a level called Octopus Passage is because they need to use their bills in order to free this octopus. I am reasonably certain swordfish bills do not actually work that way. This is the second tag level, and unlike the first, is actually hard, as Kidney decided to randomly teleport to the end of the level. I don't know why they decided to randomly teleport, but they sure do. Remember the treasure we gathered earlier? Well, we have to gather it again. In this case, we try to get as close as possible to it before sonaring, because whenever we actually get to the sonar of them, it actually will slow us down for a few seconds while it floats towards us. And yeah, the dolphins rubber band hard in the tag levels, you'll see. But we managed to get through that one without too much trouble. Shark's Sea, despite being a hard mode exclusive, is one of the nicest levels in the game because sharks have big, meaty hitboxes on them. And you know what? Just the big hitboxes mean we can practically get these things sonar'd from off the screen, which is quite nice. They're not as ridiculous as two of the other things in the game, but we'll see those going forward. Laguna Stonefish is one of my favourite levels in the game. Deep below us, there is actually the abandoned level, the volcanoes. You can visit it in exploratory mode, but unfortunately there's not enough of the level there left to play. However, it is the only time we will see this particular tile set, and the one sort of smoky glyph as compared to the normal blue ones. Still my favourite level in the game. Magical Ocean is also a bit interesting, as this is the first time we're going to do a bit of an interesting glitch, one I actually discovered myself. As everyone knows, dolphins are a bit wonky in the space-time continuum, and as such can do things such as go through walls and teleport through space and time. That... we don't really have a proper name for that, but I love it. I just call it whatever comes to mind at the time, and yeah, we just randomly teleport across two screens. There's theoretically 2 more levels we could get that happening in, however, on both of them it loses time, so we don't really do that. But we're already back to the second of the ring levels, which doesn't have too much going on, so if there's any donations or anything that has come through, now would be a perfect time to say so.
No more donos, but just so everybody knows, we do have a number of incentives running throughout this marathon, so if you want to put some money towards any of the bid wars or any of the extra incentives to happen, just make sure to mention it in your comment, and that'll get applied. The very next one is for the next run, coming up actually, Metal Gear Solid 2, to do the sunglasses bonus, and that still has about $142 left to go, so need to get those donos in quick to see that map.
Indeed. This is just the fish caves again. It's just replaced by shells this time. As a kid, I kind of always thought these didn't really look like shells, but more looked like pasta. I don't know why. It's not like you'd expect pasta to be floating around in the ocean, but as a kid, I always thought, you know what? That's just the level that has pasta in it. I played this game too much as a kid. It's why I'm speedrunning it now. We do have the last tag level, and this one is actually difficult, as the dolphins are out for blood. Thankfully, though, we managed to get to the end glyph before Kidney was able to tag us back. which leads to Vents of Pale, which is quite funny because one of the other Ecco speedrunners in the community, Grimshins, the world record holder of Ecco Tides of Time, found out you could just glitch through that wall there. Sadly, did not get the camera skip in this one. But you know, dolphin facts, dolphins just don't obey walls. This is an Ecco series staple. Every Ecco game you can just glitch through walls, and thankfully Grimshins did find the wall glitch for Ecco Junior. Seahorse Reef can be a bit of a difficult level. Remember we had to get a turtle to the water? Well, now we have to get the seahorse, but unlike the turtle, the seahorse doesn't want to be sonared. Thankfully, we only got it after 2 that time. On average, that takes 3. And we'll just glitch our way through those 2 crabs, and we'll head on out. Melodic Waters is the final of the ring levels and takes place over quite a few of the green sea levels, the proper name for these weird green background levels. I actually don't know what you'd call this environment, but it's called the Green Sea in the game, so that's what we'll call it. You'll probably see quite a few things. Eagle-eyed viewers will recognize the 2 random fish from all the way back near the start of the game who decided they didn't want to come along on Tara's journey. And we're in fact going to go through the entire level of Seahorse Reef, and indeed you are correct. Orcas are in fact the largest dolphin, so each of the playable characters in this game is a dolphin. I don't think orcas would be hanging around with bottlenose dolphins, but they certainly all are dolphins. Sonar to get that crab just out of the way for us. Grab the final ring here. Try not to bonk into literally every wall possible. And whoop, get that in there. For our last hearing of the majestic sounds of the sea. Too much, yeah, probably. We have the penultimate level right now. Meeting Maze. The glyphs have decided we are, in fact, worthy to visit the Big Bill. Because that's the story of this game, by the way. We want to say hello to the glyphs, so they will take us to Big Blue. So we have to gather up Ecco and Kidney. And we're going to be doing a... Well, we got one of the camera skips working, which is good, as we can normally sonar both of them from off-screen. And then we just have to wait for Ecco and Kidney to get here. They've made it. Now we're coming up on the final level, the Endless Sea. The time will end once the blue whale spurts forth water, once we sonar him a second time. This is the Big Blue, by the way. Don't worry about the other blue whale that looked bigger. Just don't worry. And time. And that is Ecco Junior Hard Mode. And a sight sure to entertain any Ecco viewer as we just watch all of the glyphs we gathered through the game shatter into 1,000 pieces. That's Ecco Junior, everyone. Thank you for coming along. I'd especially like to shout out the entire Ecco community, the entire Ecco speedrunning community. We're just a fun bunch if you ever wanted to come along to us and just see what's going on. Particularly Cheeky Chunk and Grimshins, as we're kind of the main runners at the moment, running various things. I'd especially also like to thank out my chat moderators who've come along, Wolfie and Lyric. Thanks for coming along and supporting me, guys. Especially like to shout out the entire event, the entire Fast event, because you guys, absolute legends, keep supporting everyone. Let's see if we can get everything going. Thank you for coming along, everyone. I'll let the crew take it from here. Thank you.
That was an excellent run. Thanks very much for that.
Thank you. What did we get on time?
It was 16:58.
Dang, that's a very good run.
Yeah, it was an excellent run for a marathon.
Excellent.